Hey, Michael, XForcePC. I'm building on my frame rate video that I uploaded a little while ago. Let's say we have a scenario where we've upgraded our GPU to this real fast, fancy GPU, and we just didn't get any more frame rate. And we realize by looking at the frame times of the CPU and the GPU that we have a CPU bottleneck, because that's what we have here. Our CPU is the higher of the two numbers for frame time, and also is almost identical to the frame time of the sim, meaning the CPU here is the bottleneck. Well, the question you may have is, if I could eliminate this CPU bottleneck and I put in a faster CPU, then what is my GPU that I've just put in capable of doing if it could be fed the information fast enough? Because right now it's starved for information. The CPU can't give it information fast enough to keep it busy, at least at 100%. And again, the question being, well, if I could do that and put a faster CPU in, what is my GPU theoretically capable of? So if we look at our GPU number here, we've got 0.0126, or about 0.0127. So it takes 0.0127 seconds for the GPU to render a frame. So what we can do is pull up our trusty calculator and put in, let me reduce this magnification a bit, 0.0127 and hit our little 1 over x. And theoretically, our GPU is capable of doing 78.7 frames per second. And I say theoretically because this should be pretty darn close, but anytime you do approximations or calculations like this, other factors could kick in. But in this scenario, theoretically, our GPU could do 78.7 frames per second if it were given information fast enough. But because our CPU isn't capable of doing that, we're limited by the CPU and we're only getting about 50 frames per second. So again, hopefully this helps you understand that if you did do a GPU upgrade and you're considering a CPU upgrade, and if you could eliminate the CPU bottleneck, what could your current GPU do for you? And do keep in mind, this is very dependent on graphics options changes. If you start changing things in the graphics options, all these numbers change. So it's only good for the current graphics options selections, and then if you make different selections, you have to rerun and relook at all these numbers. So hopefully that makes sense.